Well, welcome to a Friday edition of the Wrestling Guild. A little bit of a special edition. We're going to talk about Cali Combat today. My name is Chris Mary Holtman. With me, I have Nick E. Anderson. So, Nick, now we're going to finally review Cali Combat.
Is this the right day now?
Yeah, I think it's the right day. And then next week, maybe Friday, we'll review Penta does Iowa. And then there's gonna be like one in June, one night only. And they were announcing another Twitch stream. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So we'll just get into it. You were talking about that you liked this one very much.
Well, I think it was good. We had some good matches. Some were better than others, but really, I think we had some good matches, and we saw some good action from LAX as well.
Yes. You know what? I think what we'll do is we'll do what we usually do. On these, we'll give star reviews, and then we'll choose a wrestler we would like to see in Impact.
Boom.
So we'll start off. This was from Northern California, NorCal, and we had Josh Matthews and Sanjay Dutt on commentary, which was fun. It's good. They're always a good. There's a good time. They're a good time. They were talking a bunch of crap all the time about different things. It was funny. Anyway, and it seemed like Sanjay Dutt was trying to get Josh Matthews to stay on the right track because he kept kind of going off. and Sanjay Dutt just like, whoa, a beautiful haircut. Anyway, I must say that I have a different appreciation for Josh Matthews after seeing the Twitch, from WrestleCon. So, well, we started with Scott Ringer versus Luster the Legend. How did you like Scott Ringer, the jackpot? Scott Ringer, who is some kind of gambler, was his deal. He also looked like he might have been 50 because he didn't have any hair.
But we haven't seen these before, right?
So Luster the Legend is obviously from Reno Scum, so we've seen him before. Because they were talking about that. He's in Reno Scum. But Scott Ringer we haven't seen before. He's new.
Okay,
to us. And I've never seen him before.
Not even you?
No.
Okay. No, I mean, it was good. It was a good match.
I thought it was a pretty standard match. I think it was a cookie cutter match. I don't think there was anything there that got me overly excited in any way. There was some good power moves from Luster the Legend, but then I think Luster the Legend really is more of a tag team wrestler. He fits better in a tag team because he's so big. I mean, he's a guy that could go up against Brian Cage if you pushed him enough. If you started pushing him as a solo, he's somebody who could match Brian Cage because he's so big.
Absolutely. No, and it wasn't that really, it wasn't that fast paced. And for the first match, always needs to be fast paced, in my opinion. So
I think they put him in there because I think he was popular with the crowd. Luster the Legend was popular with the NorCal crowd. So I think that would have something to do with it.
All right.
Luster the Legend hits a TKO for the win. I gave this 3.5 stars just because it was an average match if you think of 3 as an average. And then 0.5 because it was average, but they did every move, well.
Good,
it wasn't like.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, 3 out of 5, not 3.5 though. It was average.
You were just gonna give it 3. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Well, we had James Ellsworth cut a promo. A little background on James Ellsworth. You don't know who he is, obviously.
Nope.
He was a jobber that they brought in to. Actually, he had been a indie wrestler for a long time, but he was a jobber that they had put in the WWE to face Braun Strowman, who was like they were building up as a big monster, and now he's really popular. Oh. And he got really popular because he had cut this promo in the beginning on TV saying like any man who has 2 hands has a fighting chance. And then he got completely beat to hell by Braun Strowman. And then they brought him in for some other things in SmackDown. And then they gave him a contract. So he was on the WWE roster for a while. Nice. He also was the one who won the first women's ladder match or Money in the Bank match. But anyway, so he was, and then they fired him, and now he's kind of got a resurgence on the indie scene. Obviously, they make fun of him because of the way he looks, and that he doesn't have a chin. But anyway, we'll get back to his match later. And I saw an interview with him where he's just like, the whole chin thing he was unaware of that until they started talking about it on the
Yeah,
WWE. He
oh,
just
really?
he didn't know what do you mean I don't have a chin? His finishing maneuver is also called the no chin music. Anyway, then we had actually from WrestleCon OVE versus Teddy Hart and Scott Steiner. We don't really have to talk about that, do we? We reviewed that a while back, but it's a good. And I think it was kind of weird that they put these in here. I would have rather seen a shorter show without these WrestleCon matches.
That's true.
But yeah, Steiner wins with the Steiner recliner, but we know that. Eli Drake cuts a promo about being in LA. Excellent, as always. This was a really good one.
He does it well. I mean, just how it is.
Yeah, and he was talking a little bit about his own background, why he moved to LA and stuff like that. So then we had Katarina. They call her Katarina Lee here. Grado's girlfriend versus Taya Valkyrie. Katarina seems to be popular in Northern California. How did you like this match?
I mean, when I watched this, I didn't know Katarina was Grado's girlfriend. I don't know how that affects it.
Oh, no, yeah, because you watched it before we watched Impact, yeah.
But I think she performed well. And Valkyrie, I mean, she is a huge and tall and big wrestler, so it's really, really hard to do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to wrestle with her. She's just so good. And I think she really performed well.
Yeah, this was a good match. I think she did really well. Katarina wins with a victory roll. It looked like Taya Valkyrie, and I would have expected Taya Valkyrie to win, but as we said here, she was for Katarina. This was probably her home turf. So
absolutely, yeah.
So I gave it 3 stars. Nothing spectacular here either. I don't know what you said.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I was happy. I'm satisfied.
And then we had a promo from Katarina just saying, that she was back in Impact. Kind of. Yeah, it's been like 8 years since she'd been in Impact before or something like that.
So wait, she has been in Impact before?
Yeah, she as Winter. Her name was Winter, and she was a Knockouts champion. They talked about that.
Okay.
Then we had a promo from Samara, who speaks Punjabi. She was an Indian wrestler. Sanjay said that she looks up to him. Every Indian wrestler looks up to him. Yeah. Oh, actually, the promo from Katarina came after the promo from Samara. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. And then we had your probably favorite match, Grizzly Cal Jack versus James Ellsworth. I don't know anything about Grizzly Cal Jack. This is the first time I've seen him.
He was just so weird because he's like, oh yeah, no one can beat me. No one can take me down. But then he's not like a huge dude either.
Well, I mean, he was bigger.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, and then we have the other guy,
James Ellsworth.
Have we seen him before?
No, this is his first match in Impact.
Oh, okay.
He's been in WWE before. But anyway,
this was like
it was a weird match. It was a comedy match, obviously. James Ellsworth. I mean, you can't really do much with him. He runs around the ring. Cal Jack tries to put a chin lock on him. It doesn't work because he just slips out because he doesn't have a chin. Ellsworth brings in a chair.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't really go as planned. I mean,
because the ref takes the chair and then Ellsworth hits a low blow on Cal Jack and then a super kick and then. I gave this 3.75. 3.75 just because of it was fun.
I mean, it was unserious, and they acted like Radio and Park, but yeah, like you say, it was entertaining. Yeah, 3.75.
Yeah, and I mean, Cal Jack, he was impressive looking, and but there's so many we've seen on these one night onlys and stuff like we've seen so many guys that look like Cal Jack, like cousin whatever Zeke he is that we saw when they were in Canada. This kind of like muscular guy, beard, long hair. There's just like there's no.
That's true. I'm thinking he looks like the guy who went. What is his name? Cowboy.
James Storm.
Yeah, because the like beard.
Fitter James Storm.
Yeah.
Then we went to WrestleCon again. LAX versus the Mac versus Killshot, and we don't have to talk about that. That's a good match though. You can see it again and again. LAX. But this is what the odd thing was that Cali Combat. I don't know when this was taped, but it was obviously taped before must have been taped before Redemption because LAX were champs.
Yeah, that's true.
And Aries was champ still. So that felt really weird.
That's true. Yeah.
Because they were all carrying their championships, and they were talking about defending their championships. So it kind of takes you out of the moment because they can't lose.
Well, at the same time, for me, it was more like we haven't seen LAX that much, and now it was nice to see him kick ass. But at the same time, like you say, they don't even have the titles in real time.
Yeah,
so it makes...
we had a promo from LAX. It was good. I still think it's nice that they get to talk for themselves. They do that very, very well. And then we had the match, the Ballard Brothers versus LAX. Ballard Brothers, obviously a tag team been around for a while, but seriously, they looked old and haggard. I don't know, and they looked really weird. I thought that they looked strange. Didn't you think that they're like face?
Yeah, they were weird. Absolutely, they were special.
Yes, that's the best way to say it. They were special. And I was a little bit weirded out because I thought that in the beginning the match wasn't actually that great. It was kind of like, where the hell is this going kind of thing.
Okay.
But then it actually got better. It picked up. The Ballard Brothers got some steam. LAX hit all their stuff. So in the end, I thought it ended up being quite a good match.
Yeah, I mean, it was high flying a little bit, and it was hard hitting at some moments, and I don't know, a good and well wrestled match to some extent.
Yeah. LAX hit the Street Sweeper for the win. I gave this 4 stars actually because I thought it for a high speed wrestling. This kind. I thought it did well. I think it hit, and I mean they didn't really botch too much. It wasn't really, but I mean you could tell that probably the Ballard Brothers had some experience.
Absolutely, no, yeah, 4 stars. Yeah.
But the Sanjay Dutt and Josh Matthews were having fun on the Ballard Brothers expense.
They can't be serious. Never. They're like, oh yeah.
Well, on the one night onlys, I don't think that they're supposed to be. I think that's different. I don't think they have a script. I think they just because they were talking about that the brothers, what were they called? Shannon and Shane Ballard. That you couldn't tell a difference unless they had the knee brace, and that they were going to switch knee braces. It was weird.
But it's funny at the same point because you have Impact and it's really serious every week, and then you have one night only, and it's like a different thing. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. And then we had a promo from Allie, and which she ends with telling Braxton to stop calling her.
Oh yeah, she's like but I don't know. But this, like you say, it has to be taped before because Braxton and Allie, that beef was like quite time.
Samara versus Allie. I thought Samara looked pretty good in the ring. She seemed like she might be a little bit newer, but I think she did look good. I don't know if I thought that Samara and Allie as a unit, like they kind of function so well together.
And the match was too short.
Yeah,
it was really short, and
Allie won with kicking Samara with the best super kick ever in the stomach because she didn't get her leg high up.
Yeah,
it's like that doesn't work. That's not the best super kick ever.
No, but nothing really happened either. And I don't know why they put Samara on Allie, because Allie isn't like a really good wrestler. If you want to tell people that Samara is good,
you get her some,
So I don't know.
Yeah, 3.25. I gave this 3.25 just because it was nice to see a new face.
Oh yeah, okay, 3.25.
Promo from Eddie Edwards talking about how good he is, what he's done, stuff like that.
I like him though. I mean, he's a nice guy. It was funny.
He's talking about that he's going to face Matt Sydal and that he's going to take the X Division Championship. And then we had Eddie Edwards versus Matt Sydal. This was a good match. This was a really good match. The one thing that I would have liked to see of them take it maybe to the next level. I think it was good. It was well wrestled, some good moves. But might in the end I would have liked to see maybe a little bit quicker moves, quicker pace.
Okay, more fast-paced. Okay, I agree.
Did you see that Matt Sydal's chest started bleeding from Eddie Edwards' chops?
Did it?
Yeah.
I wasn't...
It was like he popped some vessels or something like that. It was like bleeding.
No, I mean, it was a really, really good match. It was high-flying. It was hard-hitting. And these two individuals are really good at wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like with each other as well. They're on the same level. Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, that was, I think, what's the takeaway here, that they were really good together. You could tell that these guys, they know how to wrestle.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sydal wins with the shooting star press. 3.75 I gave this. I didn't quite get it up because it was lacking that special something.
I'll give it 4. I'm happy.
Yeah, you're a happy camper. You're a happy shit. Anyway, Drago, King Cuerno, Aerostar versus DJZ, Andrew Everton, Desmond Xavier. This was also from WrestleCon. We don't have to talk about that, but this is an awesome match, no matter what. It's an awesome match. You should go out of your way to see it. And Cuerno got the submission win. I think we talked about that promo from Aries, and then the main event: Drake versus Aries for the Impact Championship.
I don't. Was this like 20 minutes or something?
It was. I think it was 15. Because some things happened before. It was 20 minutes when Eli Drake came out.
Oh yeah, but then you had.
He talked, and he was really good. He was really on the crowd. He's like pointing to some woman, just like, "You look nice, but you're a dummy." Yeah. You gotta love it.
Oh, it's Eli. Yeah. It was an awesome match as always with Eli and
Aries. They work well together. They really do.
And it was a lot of plot twisters, hard hitting, and they just work really, really good together.
And in the end, Drake hit the Aries with the belt, and you would have assumed that it would have been over. But since we know that Drake doesn't win the championship here, that wasn't going to happen. Even though Josh said that the ref had counted 2 when he had clearly only counted 1. So it became kind of weird.
Always Josh and his...
Yeah. Anyway, Aries wins with a schoolboy roll up. 4 stars to me. I gave it 4 stars.
Okay, 4. Okay. It wasn't perfect, but it was really, really nice to watch.
So what would you rate this? It was a quick talk, but I mean, what did you what would you rate the show overall?
Overall, I mean, we gave it a 3, we gave some 4.
There was no 2s. There was nothing that was really bad. So.
Yeah, maybe a B minus.
I would say probably C plus to start. C plus.
Okay.
And who would you like to see in Impact of the ones that weren't there or aren't in Impact? Because it was interesting because they always talk about them being on Impact, but it's obviously not an Impact show. I mean, because I wouldn't mind seeing Cal Jack if they could give him something else, because I mean he's got the look and he obviously has like the ability.
I mean that could if Impact could pull it off, if they could make him a good wrestler, just make something good out of him, that would be good. But
I mean, overall, I mean, would you put Scott Ringer or James Ellsworth or Kimo? Oh, we skipped Trevor Lee versus Kimo.
Oh yeah, it was
the unicorn guy. I only gave that 3 stars though with a double sub. I thought it was. I didn't find it that good. Really,
you're like so disappointed.
I was a little disappointed. You talked up this show. You were saying that it was really good, but I was just like, this isn't that good.
No, the one we watched, the one with Drago, Aerstar, King. That one, I think King there.
King Cuerno, but he's
King
in
Cuerno.
Impact though.
Is he already in?
He's Phantasma. He just changed his mask.
But why does he do that? Yeah, okay.
Because Lucha Underground owns the rights to King Cuerno.
Okay.
But you'd like to see King Cuerno in Impact through Phantasma.
No, but maybe I have to say Cal Jack, because really, I mean, if you scroll through, if you look through, we haven't really. Yeah, I'll say Cal Jack. I mean, we need maybe something fresh, and it's funny at the same time. And Grado and Park aren't the type of dudes that will wrestle, so this guy would most probably wrestle.
Yeah. Well, Nick, it's been a treat once again.
Yeah.
Next week we'll talk about Impact, and then on Friday we'll talk about Penta Does Iowa. Does that sound like a plan, bro?
That sounds like a perfect plan.
Oh, and it is acting like Trump. Got the best plan. Anyway, for Nick Trump Anderson, my name is Chris Mary Hoffman, and we will see you on the flip side.
On the flip side.
On the flip side, bro.
Boom.
Boom.